All right, everybody. Come on in, come on in. Thank you all so much for being here. First of all, hi, Lucy. I've missed you.
Hi, Maggie. I've missed you too.
I know, only because one of us is the jumping jelly bean who's always doing the most, but we are back. For anybody new here, hi, I am Maggie. You may know me as Maggie, the substitute teacher. I have a cooking channel. I make food and femininity content. Lucy and I are the founders of the Finishing School for the Modern Woman, which is a privately taught 8-week Saturday school. You can get on the wait list if you are a woman who's interested. And we will be resuming in the fall. This summer, we're actually going to be teaching the kiddos. So we have etiquette summer school for kids. Registration is open if you have little ones from 5 to about 15. But what we like to do, in addition to our private classes, is to give back. So at least once a week, we are here and we are responding to relationship or other content in pop culture. So I'm going to let Lucy introduce herself and please tell us, what are we reacting to tonight?
Hi, Maggie. Hi, everyone. I'm Lucy. I have a channel that mostly focused on teaching Spanish, but this year I decided to change the content on to focus more on elegance, femininity, and issues for women over a certain age. And I'm having a little bit of a identity crisis with my channel. I don't know. I don't know if because I see a lot of these topics being shared and talked about. And sometimes I say, you know, do I have something useful to say after all this stuff that people have said? But again, that's me, self, I'm always self, uh, analyzing myself and saying, okay, is this worth people's time and so forth. So again, I have a channel and I decided to share this TikTok from a young lady, very beautiful young lady that is actually having a type of a relationship crisis. And Maggie's going to share the piece, and then we're going to react to it and see what we think about her perspective and maybe even tips on how to fix that mindset that she has on this. I think it's I want to say a 3 minute a piece. So take it away, Maggie.
All right, so I'm going to share my screen and we're going to play the video. The first time I'm going to play it in its entirety. So like Lucy said, it's a 3-minute video. Then I'll circle back to the beginning and we are going to play and pause because it's important to me, not that we just react for the sake of reacting, but I really do believe the older women should teach the young. And yes, Lucy, I think our voice is still very relevant. What I've had to learn a little bit the hard way is to divorce myself from the outcome and just make sure that the message gets out. Lucy and I are both older women with marriage and long-term relationship experience. So if that is a goal of yours and maybe you didn't get this in your upbringing, hopefully what we say will be helpful. We know it's not for everybody and I completely understand that, but we at least I feel compelled that if you know something, you should share. And we're going to share with you from our perspective. And I'd love to hear what you all think in the chat. Okay, so again, those of you all on TikTok and Instagram, I'm going to be sharing my screen if you want to hop on over to my channel or Lucy's channel. So let me go over here and I am going to mute myself and we're going to play the 3-minute video in its entirety so you all can hear the whole context. Then we'll start it over at the beginning and break it down.
Can't hear her.
Oh no, you could not hear her? Okay. I muted myself. Let me Let me restart it and tell me if you can hear it now, and hopefully there's no echo.
Okay.
Everything right now.
Can you hear?
Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop telling me I'm wrong. I have literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is fucking wrong. And I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And being fucking over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with. And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy, before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me? How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't expect a lot. I just want love in my life so bad. I want my life partner. Am I just supposed to be alone? Like, is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like, it's just supposed to be me in it alone? Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but like, I need love. All of my friends have their fiancés and their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been left behind. And I really just want to find that person that matches my energy and wants to build a life with me. Is that so hard?
Okay, so I don't believe you all were able to see that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to move it over into another browser and we are going to break this down. Hopefully you all were able to hear. So like Lucy said, it was this young woman who took to the internet to share her struggles and frustrations with dating. So we want to react to this. So we're going to break it down piece by piece and give you our perspective. If you want long-lasting relationship, what she did, what she could have done better. All right, so let me try one other thing. I'm going to move it over here and let me know if this works a little bit better.
Everything right now. Everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop telling me I'm wrong. I have literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything.
1 second, you all. I want to make sure that I'm sharing the right screen. Were you able to hear that, Lucy? You were able to hear it. Okay, let's do this. Let me know if you're able to see and hear.
Thing that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is fucking wrong.
Okay, were you able to hear and see? Okay, perfect.
We were able to see the sound was a little bit echoey, but I think we got the gist from the first one you ran, the sound was perfect.
Okay, so we will start at the beginning. I'm going to mute myself, and let me just start by saying this. initial reaction. So we have a young woman who's in her car who goes to TikTok to vent. I don't know why this is a trend. I'm going to start by just saying the overall perception. Ladies, you have to realize that the internet is forever. We have all had our heart broken or relationships that didn't work out the way that we wanted them to, but you cannot let a moment of disappointment mark you for the rest of your life. And here's the other thing that a lot of you ladies, especially young ladies or even older ladies, may miss. What this tells a man is that if you go to the internet to cry and air out your personal struggles when you're having your own individual issues, what are you going to do when you're in a relationship with him? When there's money issues, family issues, health issues, whatever you're going on with your relationship, you have to realize that men look at how you behave in the moment and they think, can I live with this for the next 5, 10, 50 years? So you want to be very careful about sharing too much to anybody unless it's a very trusted friend or a therapist or someone that has your best interest, because the internet is just here to get their popcorn and watch you crash out. That was my first takeaway. What would you add, Lucy?
Excellent point. And remember that most men are very private. And for a man to think that their loving significant other will be going out there to social media, using it as their own counseling environment, that is an absolute red flag. And unfortunately, these young ladies do not understand that doing this because you want to be either validated for your feelings, or you want to share content because, whatever comes to your mind, you will share it with everyone. That is such a negative thing when it comes to having to show who you are to that significant other in the future. It's absolutely, I think that as a man, I would be terrified to know that my possible significant other will be sharing every step of our relationship online for millions of people to see.
Absolutely. I love that what Lucy said about men are very private. So ladies, you have to realize that when it comes to relationships, I will always say this, we are not equal. We are equally valued. So if you want something traditional, you have to realize that men lead in relationships they offer. We either accept with grace or we exit with grace. But if you want his name, his ring, his banner, his protection, his covering, his network, his resources, all of that, then you have to make sure you're showing up in a way that he can easily identify you as a wife. We have the condemned in the house coming through on our struggle stream. I'm a little rusty, y'all. He said, who's crashing out? Stay safe out here, folks. Summer is here. Yes. Thank you so much for the $5. I will put you in the ticker. We appreciate you all so much. And I see you, B player. I see you are hot already with this. So we definitely want to hear what you all have to say. All right. So I'm going to go back, mute myself, and play the first few seconds so you all can hopefully see and hear how she started out in her car with her thoughts.
Quick question. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, I am so sick and tired of just everything.
All right, I got a mouthful already. We're going to talk about this. Were you able to hear and see? All right. Ladies, ladies, ladies. I will say it until I can't say it anymore. You have got to stop this ratchet masculine behavior. I don't care if you don't want to be elegant. Swearing is masculine. It is not attractive. And what it shows, and I'm just going to put it out there because I'm an older woman and I do not care. It shows a lack of intelligence. If you have to swear to get your point across, what it shows is that Your word choice is so limited that to express yourself effectively, you have to use words from the gutter. Now, I have heard people say, I like to swear. That's fine. Do what you want to. Y'all know I am not going to fight you. And this right here, when you have to clap or slap or whatever to get your point across, are you preparing for a fight? There's so many things, ladies. So much of our human communication is nonverbal. And I know I nerd out on this stuff, so I absolutely love it. But let me tell you, you got to stop that swearing and you got to stop clapping your hands to make a point. Men do not like that. It is not becoming. Don't do it. What would you add, Lucy?
It is just not delicate. Men are looking for that softness. Men are looking for to have a woman come into their car and just show their sensibility. Uh, just the fact that she's coming in and using the F out of all the words that she can use, the F bomb, that is such a horrible word. And then she's using these masculine just hand gestures that for men, I think that if is a man was in front of another man doing that gesturing, that is a time to to prepare for some kind of fight. So again, why would you show that? She's a beautiful girl, but the mannerisms are just so strong that any man will be turned off from the start by seeing that way of communicating. She doesn't have to do it that way. She can say the same thing, being a little softer, just a little more delicate, and not so strong. That is such a turnoff.
Absolutely. And Mona says, swearing out of the gate. Y'all know him and you love him. Don't even wait. Just put Thane in the chat. Go ahead, put it in the chat. Y'all know he is our biggest supporter here. But yes, and I love what Lucy said about she's a beautiful woman. Let me tell you something about beauty. I am happily average and I'm well aware of that. But ladies, when you are born beautiful, it's a blessing. It could be a curse, but you have to realize that your good looks only get you so far. And what I like to tell women, I do coaching and consults outside of YouTube, being beautiful gets people to look at you first. It kind of brings you to the front of the line. But that means you also get examined first and thoroughly because they're hoping that there's beauty on the inside as well. And if you come out looking attractive, but acting like a thug, you're going to get put at the back of the line, even if you're even still in the line at all. So I would work on those inner qualities that never age. Your beauty may fade, but I would say her gestures and her language took her beauty down a few notches for me. What are you all saying in the chat? Okay, good. Everybody's putting Thane in the chat. You already know. Don't you get us in trouble over here. The condemned says, us men call that a waste of pretty if she was in the wife's school. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Thane says she is a woman, but no lady. I'm going to come back to the rest of you all's comments. Let's go back to the video. We were only like 5 seconds in, but we're going to break this down. All right, so let's go back here. I'm going to mute myself. Let's see what else she has to say.
Right now, everyone is so quick to say, stop doing this, stop thinking like this, stop telling me I'm wrong. I have literally convinced myself at this point, based on everything that everyone's telling me, my therapist, my family, my friends, that I'm just doing everything wrong. I'm healing wrong. I'm thinking wrong. I'm training wrong. I'm doing relationships wrong. Everything I do is fucking wrong.
I don't have daughters, so I'm struggling with this. All right, so let's unpack this. So she's still punching the air. She's still swearing like a sailor. What else did I notice in this video? I don't know if you all caught it, but she raised her voice and she leaned in. She almost yelled and she said, stop telling me I'm wrong. Okay. Ladies, again, body language, and tone of voice. If you want to be treated like a lady, you have to carry yourself as a lady at all times. Does that mean you may get upset? Absolutely. Does that mean you may disagree? Absolutely. But the way you handle yourself with grace in those tense moments, one of my etiquette teachers says, a lady is like a tea bag. She's English. I don't want to butcher her accent, but she says, you never know her strength until she's in hot water. So if you get upset and you have to raise your voice and do these type of challenging moves, you have to realize how that shows up to a man. Men are, again, because we're not equal, men are always surveying and scanning for a threat. And a lot of women mistake this. You think you can buck up on a man. We cannot carry it out, and we shouldn't. There's videos going on right now. You all know what's out there. So when you raise your voice and you lean in, even if you're only doing that to the camera, again, what that shows a man is when you get frustrated, you're going to get loud. When you get frustrated, you're going to have aggressive gestures. Does a man want to come home to that? No. The other thing that she's going on and on about is everybody's telling me I'm wrong. My therapist, my parents, my whatever. What that also shows, ladies, is that you're basically spreading your life failures to anyone who will listen. You want to be very selective about not only who you talk to, but who you talk to about who you talk to. So if you want to have therapy or have a trusted friend or a mom, that's fine. But just be very careful about just saying that your life is a train wreck, because that's basically what you're saying here. What would you add, Lucy?
I'm waiting for you to see Thane's last super chat.
I'm so behind. Okay, here I come.
Okay. Yes. Yeah. I can't believe you didn't see my reaction when it came in. I'm going. Thane. This is incredible.
Please, y'all, put Thane in the chat. Put it 5 times. Put it 5 times. I'm hot. I didn't see that. I was just on a tangent. Thane, we are so incredibly grateful. There are no words. All I can say is thank you. Let me update the banner. Oh my goodness. I may need to step away for a moment. Lucy, what would you add?
One of the things that also I noticed was that the fact that she was saying, stop telling me that I'm doing things wrong. And again, remember Kevin Samuels used to say one of the sexiest things that a woman can do is to be self-reflective. Or he also talked about some women that had the need to be right. Her need to be right, and her I don't know, lack of capacity to say, am I the one that's wrong? I'm thinking because she's too young, she's not willing to take a step back and say, wait a minute, all of these people are telling me that all of these things I'm doing wrong. Could it be that some of those things are indeed, I am the one that is wrong, doing those things wrong? So it's really interesting that she kept saying that it was everybody else's, but she didn't say, you know what? Maybe I'm wrong. And it takes us a strong person to look inside and say, wow, maybe all these people have a point. And it seems that she's lacking that important part of being emotionally, I want to say intelligent or emotionally connected to the people that love her, that are telling her that she is wrong.
Yes, and you all, I was in the zone. I'm sorry, I get a little caught up and I was just going in on this young woman. So, Thane, let me compose myself and say thank you. No excuses. I just totally missed it. So, we're going to pick up where we continued, but I love what Lucy called out about her being frustrated that she was wrong. Ladies, let me tell you, the caliber of men that we want are going to correct you. Go ahead and get used to getting your ego bruised, your feelings hurt, being told, I don't like this, being told one time and you need to figure it out. This is just how men move. So if you do not take correction well, if you can't humble yourself and say, you know what, you're right, I could do better in that area. Of course, if you have an opinion, if it's the right time, you can offer, your concerns. But if you think as a woman in a relationship with a traditional man that you're never going to have that mirror held up and say, yeah, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to fly here. The men that we want, they will not tolerate the foolishness. Hear me and hear me well. All right, let's go back in, dust myself off. Thank you, Thane. I just so grateful, just so grateful. Thank you. All right, let's see what else she has to say.
And I'm so sick of it. Stop comparing. It's not even about comparison. Like, I genuinely just want love in my life so badly. It's literally not about anyone else. It's just about me and what I want. And
No, there's so much here, y'all. Oh my goodness, this young woman. Okay, so she still got her voice raised. She's still karate chopping the air to make her points. She stopped swearing for the moment, but she said, I just want love in my life. It's about me and nobody else. Y'all heard her. She said it. Oh, modern women. And I am a reformed modern woman, so I will always tell you all what I got right and what I got wrong. That is incredibly selfish. Now, to want love in your life, I think that is a normal human desire, and I think it's beautiful. I'm in a long-term relationship, deeply in love. Lucy's been married a long time. I was married once before. But you have to ask yourself, ladies, what, like Kevin Samuels used to say, what do the men that you want? It is no secret that we want love. Little boys know that girls want to be loved on. If a man selects you to be his own, he expects to love you and to shower love on you. Only when you are giving him what he needs. So number one, you need to be aware that just like you want something, he wants something too. A lot of women are blind to that. Number two, you need to know what the man that you want wants. And number three, if you don't, you better get on get on the business of finding that out. If you're not around these men, you have to do the work to, advance yourself. Shout out to the finishing school, get a mentor, move in different circles, find out the relationships that are successful. What is the secret to your success? Ladies, you're going to have to open up your mouth and ask. It is not going to just fall into your lap just because this is what you want. So that was another takeaway for me. Lucy, what would you add?
That was really telling when she said, it's about me. To that showed you exactly, unfortunately, in what stage in her life she's in. It's all about her. And for me, I gotta tell you, when I sent you that TikTok, I went back to her page, and everything is filled about things about her doing dances and doing look at me, me, and that's all there is. It's very superficial. And unfortunately, um, for men, they want to take a look at, does she have the capacity to serve? Is she in my mind, I'm thinking, I'm wondering if she's ever volunteered at her church, at somewhere where she's had to serve others to understand that it's a give and take. And the more you give, the more you receive from those people. Again, life is about what you give, you receive. Because she hasn't found that love that she wants because it's not going to happen to her because she thinks that she's entitled and she deserves something that she has not shown the capacity to be able to give, unfortunately.
Oh my goodness, so many good points there. And Thane has it. He says, it's about me and what I want. Wah, wah, wah. Ladies, I know we jest here, but that's really how it shows up. And you see the comments in the chat. I love what Lucy said about her social. We live in a digital age. Everybody's, got some social media unless you choose not to. So ladies, you have to understand that just like you want to check a man's qualifications, he is going to look you up as well. And the track record that you set for yourself speaks volumes. So a teachable moment that I would give you, ladies, if you look at your social media, and you scroll on your own social media and all it is this and this and all of that, there's nothing wrong with getting dolled up from time to time. I do it for special events, but does it reflect, like Lucy said, how you serve not only the man that you have or the man that you want, but remember, a man is looking at you today and thinking this is the type of mother or mother figure she's going to be. This is the type of helpmate that she's going to be or not. This is how she's going to show respect to my elders and my family because she carries herself in a certain way. So that small little space on the internet that you're taking up, it really reaches far beyond what you think in that moment when you're howling at the moon. So be mindful of that. And yes, ladies, believe me, when you stop focusing on yourself and you get joy out of taking care of your man, you get so much more than if you had just sat there with your hands out. Believe me. All right, let's go back in to the Thunderdome and see what else our lovely lady has to say now.
And being fucking over the fact that I don't have it. I feel like I have done so much work on myself. I have built a beautiful life for myself. I'm happy with my life where I'm at, my job. I'm successful. I'm independent. I'm healthier than I've ever been. I take such good care of myself. Truly, the only thing I'm missing in my life is someone to enjoy it with.
All right. I'm almost weary, but we are committed. All right, ladies. I don't know how many times, if we watch just that little clip, how many times she said, I and me and my. I have a good job. I am happy with my life. All I need is somebody to share what I've built. Incredibly selfish. And I know, ladies, especially as modern women, we are taught to be proud and lead with our accomplishments. Believe me, I did that. It does not work. We are naturally going to slow down as we get older. So yes, your accomplishments are great for you, but when a man is looking for a wife, he's not looking for someone who's going to lead with all the things they have built. We are not builders. Men are. We support them. Now, the other thing is that being boastful is masculine. And if you want to be treated like a lady, that means that you're not competing with men. It's not I don't want to say the word, but a you know what contest, okay? You don't want to just say, I know you can, but I can do better. If you want relationships, because men are going to categorize you as one of those, oh, okay, one of those headstrong boss babes. I've seen that one before, and they leave you right there for you to cry in the car about what you want that you don't have. So that's what stood out to me in that clip. What about you, Lucy?
Yes, she said, I am successful. I am independent. And that's where it shows you that what is it, dichotomy of her mental state and what she wants, because she's successful and independent, but yet she wants a loving man to be with her. For what? Again, men want to take care of us. Why would he want to take care of a successful, independent woman that knows everything about life and everything else? So is he going to be there just as a, as a trophy again? So again, it's really weird how she shows the womanly double speak. She says one thing one way, and then she wants it both ways. It's really strange. And the fact, I think David Hunt has said something about she's not showing that, but is she really happy? Because how she comes up on social media, very upset about what she can't get, because again, it looks like she wants her toy and she's not getting it. It's her way or no way. So, and unfortunately, she has no idea that this is showing exactly what is going to repel men from her. She is throwing a tantrum like a toddler because she's not getting what she wants.
So many good points there. And Thane says, better to stay silent than open your mouth and confirm your lack of intellect. Yes, I mean, I'm glad we have these outbursts. We can use them as a teachable moment, but you can't tell me that this woman, if she was ever, happily married with kids 10 years down the line, she's going to look back at this and be proud of this moment. So ladies, a teachable moment from me: when I am not feeling like I am my best, instead of, and I am an extrovert, instead of leaning in for more, I withdraw. I know, we all know, you don't go from zero to, about to lose it. You feel yourself starting to get a little sharper, a little testier, a little bit more annoyed. That's when I pull back, and I know how to get myself together so that I can be pleasant and presentable. It is so much better to close your mouth, especially if this is the way you have this tendency to express yourself. And I just wonder if the man of her dreams were watching this outburst, do you think he would look at her and say, now that's the woman for me? So you're on the internet crying for the world to hear with strong language, telling everybody you're happy. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. But it's not true. It's not genuine. And we want you to win, ladies. So that's why we are reviewing this. All right, let's go back in. I see y'all in the chat. Let's see what else our young lady has an issue with.
And I'm so sick of waiting. Like, when is it going to be my turn? What more do I have to do to fix myself before I'm just allowed to be happy, before I'm allowed to meet this universe soulmate person that God supposedly has for me? How much harder do I have to pray and manifest and wait? I feel like I'm being punished for something I didn't do. And I'm just so tired. I'm so tired. I don't expect a lot. I just want love in my life so bad. I want my life partner. Am I just supposed to be alone? Like, is that the message? That this beautiful life I've built for myself, like, it's just supposed to be me in it alone?
All right, so let's unpack this one. Yes, you all heard it, the entitlement. All right, ladies. And again, I love love, and I want you all to experience love as well. But she started off still punching the air and saying that she's tired of waiting. Well, ladies, it's a very humbling lesson for all of us. Men choose when it comes to relationships. Just like when we have the leverage and we are wielding, the power, we expect men to wait on our timeline for intimacy. So when it comes to relationships, men choose. She says, I'm so tired of waiting. Well, besides the fact patience is a virtue, it is difficult. This is something that I've had to work on as well. But in the waiting, there's so much that you can do to show that you are working on yourself to be the best version of yourself for the man that you want. Number one, I wouldn't be crying on the internet. I would be telling my network, letting everybody know I'm single and I don't want to be. And I would be showing up in a way that is useful to the man that I want. She said, I just want love in my life. Ladies, the other thing you have to realize, my man tells me, Maggie, you don't go from zero to wife. So just being single and then saying, I want the love of my life, that's not how it works. You got to get to girlfriend first. You've got to get to the point where he actually likes you and wants to spend time with you, and then likes you enough to call you his own, and then be girlfriend long enough and consistently enough that he really knows who you are. I talk to men and they tell me, yeah, we don't even count the first year. You can fool anybody in the first year. We got to really see you, and look at how she's behaving when she doesn't get her way. Not a good start. And then once he gets to the point where he's like, man, I really don't want to do with this life without her, which is on his timeline, ladies. And we are not entitled to say, I'm here, I'm ready now, make me your own. So another reason why, ladies, you don't want to waste the time, because if this young lady, I don't know how old she is, 20 something, if she's tired, imagine how you're going to feel when you are me and Lucy's age. What would you add, Lucy?
And yes, note that she did not say husband. She said her soulmate, her life partner, her love of her life, whatever. But she never said, I want a husband. And unfortunately, that is years of indoctrination of feminism. Because again, that concept has destroyed young women, thinking that they can be successful, independent women. They don't need anybody else. And yet they are here crying to asking for that soulmate, that life partner, not a husband. That was a great point that Thane brought up. She never said the word, unfortunately.
Such a good point. And that's why I love learning from the men. So ladies, take that away. I saw someone made the comment about the trophy husband. Men do not want to be, and the kind of men that you want will not be your accessory, will not be your consistent plus one, will not be the man that you get finished doing all the stuff that you want to do, and then you show up at the finish line after he's built himself. They will not have it. So what I would advise this young woman, well, first I would ask her, do you want to be married? And if so, why? Do you want to be a wife? What kind of wife do you want to be? And that moves in the lane like Lucy was talking about. How do you want to serve a man? How do you want to be a support system? You get what you want by giving him what he needs, if you want a real relationship. Let's go back in to the Thunderdome and see what else she's complaining about.
Like, I know I have my dog and I love him so much, but like, I need love. All of my friends have their fiancés and their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize. Like, as far as I'm concerned, I've been left behind.
Ooh-wee, I don't know if you all caught that. All of my friends have their boyfriends and their husbands that they prioritize. I could drop the mic right now. Ladies, your man comes first. Your man comes first. Your man comes first. All of this other stuff is not important, because you do not want to be the 20, 30, 40, 50-year-old version of this woman. And the other thing I'll say, she has a gold mine opportunity. Did you all hear her? All of my friends have their husbands and their boyfriends. Why are you not socializing with the people who have successful relationships? They may know somebody. Well, maybe they know this is who you are, so they're not going to recommend you to anyone. Look at how you're carrying on. But ladies, if you have people in your network that are in the kind of relationships that you want to be in, those are the examples that you need to follow. Not the modern woman, I'm just waiting on my soulmate, and in the meantime, I'm going to be out here acting a monkey on the internet for the world to see, but he's going to look through all of my foolishness and then pick me to be his own. What would you add, Lucy?
That was, she told on herself again, because she said, all of my friends, all of my family members, her network of friends already are paired up. And it seems like she's probably the one that's been left alone because there's that behavior. I'm sure that that behavior manifests in many other ways, and men do not want any part of it. And unfortunately, right now she's realizing, in a way, she's realized that she's the problem because she sees her friends and she sees everybody else paired up except for her. And the fact that she says, I was left behind. No, nobody left you behind. You left yourself behind because of that behavior, unfortunately. So again, people are telling you you're wrong. You're saying that everybody tells you you're wrong, but you don't want to hear it. And yet here you are crying about the consequences and the results.
Such a good point. And did you all hear her say, I feel like I'm being punished? That was another thing that she said. The victim Olympics, and I don't want to use, the pop culture terms because I'm not trying to make fun of this young lady. But if you go back and watch this, I put the link in the description. It's just a 3-minute video. You all can watch it from beginning to end. She really feels like everybody's just picking on me. And ladies, that is not attractive. That is what toddlers do. I love this, what Rodney says. Good things come to those who wait, but it really depends on how you wait. What are you doing when you're waiting? All right, let's go back in, see what else she's crying about.
And I really just want to find that person that matches my energy and wants to build a life with me. Is that so hard?
I'm going to answer your question, young lady. Yes, it is hard. Relationships are not easy. We are not entitled to them. You don't just get to have the love of your life because you want it. Like I said on that clip that has gone viral, it is work, and it is work every day. Again, to me, it is an honor, but I think we are fooling ourselves if we think I'm going to poof and just have the love of my life. You have to work. You have to do the work before he finds you. You have to do the work consistently throughout the whole relationship. So yes, it is that hard. She also said something about, I just want to find somebody that I can build with. Now, she's young. So the time for building with a man, ladies, is if you marry your college boyfriend like I did, or maybe your high school sweetheart. But if you are of age and you're dating a man who has already built himself, you need to take those building words out of your vocabulary. You need to take these partner words out of your vocabulary. It is an insult to a man. Like I said, they have already done so much work. Like someone told me earlier, a man has done so much work to even qualify for the type of woman that he wants. A man knows that he can't just wake up and go get the woman of his dreams and say, come with me, I've got an idea. We would look at him like he was crazy, and you all know it. So be honest with yourself. So out of respect, you are not just going to just say, oh, you know what, let's build together. A man creates the life that he wants for himself. Then he chooses a suitable wife that will help him continue on his own goals. So you really need to study, like Kevin Samuels said, the type of men that you want and make sure that you are useful to him. But as long as you're sitting about crying that everybody did you wrong, he's just going to be like, yeah, she's not ready. And they will leave you right there in the car. What would you add, Lucy?
In addition to that perspective, I think that it is hard for young ladies that do not realize that becoming feminine and treasuring that femininity that you have makes it easy to find that significant other. So it's simple if you really take the time to look into your femininity and switch that mindset about I am independent, successful, I have everything, and all I want is that person to build with me to say, life is great. Life has given me all of these things. I am grateful that I have this life that I have. And look at life as if it's going to give you, because you are also serving, because you're being nice, because you're being gentle, because you're doing all of these feminine things that come within you, and it will become simple to find that man of your dreams. Again, hard for her because she's built herself a life that has become her identity. Easy for a feminine, gentle woman to find that um, man of their dreams.
Absolutely. So I have dropped the link in case anybody wants to chat with us, camera on or camera off. But that is the end of this clip. So, the takeaway again, ladies, whatever temptation you have to air your dirty laundry on the internet, you've got to stop that. You will be forever remembered for your worst moments. And we all have bad moments, but you don't want them to be public. The internet is forever. So if you need to record something, record it and just leave it on your phone. But I would highly advise against having these type of emotional outbursts on a public forum, because there are people with their popcorn waiting to watch you. The other thing, she came out with profane language. Y'all know that's a pet peeve of mine. I just think you can communicate in a way that shows more elegance, more class, more grace, if that's what you want. If you want to run with the fellas, you can do that as well. Just know that they will see you as one of the boys and they will never see you as wife, because who is going to leave you with his colleagues and you drop F-bombs like that on the regular? The other thing is she was so selfish in, my life, my dog, my happiness. And she really didn't mention anything about wanting a husband. She didn't mention anything about wanting to be a wife. I think a better language choice would be like, I'm really enjoying the life that I have now, but I've always seen myself as a wife and mother, and I'm working every day to make sure that I show up ready. So when the man of my dreams finds me, I can hitch my wagon to his. Or make it, use a language that fits you, but you want to make sure that everything that you do, if you want a husband, is useful to him, because if not, you will be, as they say, recreational use only. And then the last takeaway from me, like you all shouted out, she's got a huge network. And I think that's probably where a lot of her pain is coming from. You hear the crackle in her voice when she's really starting to get upset, because it's hurtful to look everywhere around you and you see successful relationships and people happy in their marriages and prioritizing their men, and you wonder why you don't have the same. You are the common denominator. But the good thing for her is she's young. She can definitely bounce back from this if she wants to, but she's got to make the changes and be consistent and be open to feedback. What are your final thoughts, Lucy?
In addition to that, I think that she needs to be a little more careful, because once her friends and family start seeing that, she's going to become kind of like a pariah. They're not going to want to be around that negativity, and that is just a really destructive behavior, not only for her but everyone around. You can only blame the outside world for so much before you say, you know what, it's my fault. I'm going to take time to look inside and say, maybe, start looking for a church that matches your values. Take a look at things that you can focus on, that you don't have to be focusing on yourself and all of these things that are really not giving you the result that you want. And thank you, B Player, for I think that for that additional $10. Thank you so much. Again, this young lady and many young ladies that are um, thinking about me. I think a way to change that perspective is to start finding places where you can spend that time to give others and to learn to look at people in the face when you're filling a plate with different things at Christmas, giving it to a homeless person, and you see their faces and that gratitude, it changes your heart. And I think that is something where a lot of these young women are spending their time on social media rather than doing well out there in the world.
So many good points, and thank you, B Player, for the $10 super chat. I'm glad you all like this content. Lucy and I definitely, we want to be helpful. And Rodney says she didn't mention what she could offer to the man of her dreams. It was just about the love that she wants. So hopefully, ladies, if you see any of yourself in this behavior, hopefully it shines a light on what you can do better, what we all can do better. I love what Lucy said about either volunteering or joining a church or any type of philanthropy. It takes that the laser off of yourself, and when you give to others in whatever way you want to do, it just opens your eyes to how much we all have, how blessed we are, and you stop being so neurotic and anxious about what about me, what about me, what about me. The last thing, yes, Gillis wants to be a source of joy, and nobody wants to be around complainers. That's the other thing that I wanted to say. She mentioned that she has all of her friends have husbands and boyfriends that they prioritize. Lucy and I have a connection to the late, great Kevin Samuels. And ladies, if you don't know, he used to say that we should interview our ex-boyfriends to find out what was it like to be in a relationship with me. For this young lady, and for those of you all who have people around you that are in successful relationships, but somehow it doesn't seem to be in the cards for you, ask them, do I complain a lot? Am I a negative person? Am I selfish? How would you describe me? Am I positive? Do you look forward when I'm going to be around? If you're ready for people to be honest with you. Now, this means that you've got to really be ready to receive that feedback, because sometimes it's going to hurt. But I think it hurts. There's a quote that it hurts before it changes us. If you're ready for the change, if you want to just sit in your car and cry, next year will be here and you will be one of many TikTok women crying in their car. But if you have a network and you mean it and you ask them, listen to what they say and start doing the work. Whether it's our class or another class, find a way. If someone tells you, you know what, you have a temper, you can work on that. You can start doing things to help slow yourself down. If someone says, you know what, you're kind of a user. Every time you're around, you just want what you can get out of something. I don't see you giving anything to anyone. Receive that feedback and get better. Because like you know, and we've always said, the men are always watching. And ladies, I'm telling you, they see you long before you see them, and they make decisions long before you know. I'm sure all of her friends and all of their husbands or boyfriends know of her and probably know somebody that they could introduce her to, but they're not going to waste their time. All right. Well, on that note, we like to keep these to an hour. I had a lot of fun. Lucy has sent me 3 of these. So if you all like these type of TikTok reactions from 2 older women's perspective, again, not to make fun of this young lady, but to really learn from it so we can all get better, we'll continue to do these for you all. You can let us know in the chat. Any final thoughts to close us out, Lucy?
Sorry, I did so good but it's the end. I think she needs to start listening to the people, even if they tell her, you're doing this wrong. Why? Ask, what do you think I could be doing better? How do you think that I could be presenting this information in a more positive way. People are going to tell you if you're willing to take on that constructive criticism, because we're not perfect, but and if we are requesting that criticism, welcome it, because people are not going to tell you unless you are willing to take that feedback and apply the knowledge. And again, if you go to social media, you're going to have all that validation from those girls that say, yeah, you go, girl, you're independent, special. Of course, they're never going to say no. But there are also, it's important for her to look at her comments, because I'm sure the men are watching and they made a lot of comments about some of the behavior they noticed. Anyway, I think that these reactions are amazing, and I'm hoping that folks really get that we are just trying to put that little drop of knowledge or wisdom in that bucket.
I'm so glad that you all love this. And like Thane says, ladies, just beware. Make sure that you can handle the brutal honesty. That's just how men are if they care about you. Don't think they're being mean. I'll give you this one for free. Men care about you and they correct you. If they don't care, they will watch you crash out and stand by and let you. So if a man is giving you feedback, especially the caliber of man that you respect or you would like to be with or someone like him, listen, even if it hurts. It's for your own good. And on that note, Thane, Mithra, you all go ahead and put Thane in the chat one more time, 3 more times, 5 times as we close out. You are our biggest supporter. I am so grateful. You have been incredibly generous. I was on a tangent and I totally missed it, but we want to give you your flowers and say thank you. The $500 super chat, no comment, no question, just the pure love of the TikTok reactions. So we'll do this again. We've got 2 more. Lucy will be sending these my way. And yeah, we'll do this for the next few Wednesdays since you all like it. So we're going to go ahead and dismiss. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Until next time. All right, everybody.